Crypto Trader is proudly brought to you by Element, a full-service investment bank for the digital token capital markets.
South Korea, home to just 50 million people, this country boasts one of the top economies in the world. In the crypto world, this hub in the heart of Asia accounts for 20% of the total crypto volume traded. South Koreans have always been early adopters of technology, and they see the blockchain as their version of the American dream, as the gateway of the young generation to future fortunes. Western media coverage of crypto from Korea is scarce, and given the language barrier, it's often inaccurate. We decided that if we're going to be the world's crypto show, we've got to bring you crypto from the heart of Korea. For the next 60 minutes, we're going to give you exclusive access to the traders, the whales, the hedge funds, the meetups, the nightlife, and of course the hottest new projects coming out of Korea. So stay tuned. Andrew, you've picked us up from the Seoul International Airport. You're our guide for the week. You're going to be taking us around Korea. What can we expect?
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of activity in the Korean market currently. A lot of great ICOs, for example, Icon, Sentinel Protocol. There's a whole Kimchi Premium. In terms of just global Bitcoin trading volume, it's 40%.
Are the people phased by regulation here?
People were initially phased by regulation when back in 2017 in September, the government had banned ICOs. But over the last few months, we've seen things completely change. Currently, legislation is being drafted so that ICO is going to become legalized. And so you'll probably see that in the next few months. And I think it's going to be a huge catalyst for the next bull run going forward.
So Andrew, I'm very excited to be here. What can I expect from the next 2 days?
There's a lot of ICOs you can see. We've got great investors and traders you can also meet.
Great, I can't wait.
Awesome.
The Korean blockchain scene is humming with activity. There are projects happening everywhere. But there seems to be one hub where all the big projects are coming out of. That hub is called Hashed, and I decided to take a closer look at what they're doing. Let's go. Gentlemen, we've been in Korea for a few days. We've been in the crypto scene, and all roads seem to lead back to Hashed. The name on everyone's mouth is Hashed. Who is Hashed? What do you guys do?
Hashed is the largest crypto fund based in South Korean market. So we are focusing on three things: investment, accelerating, and community building. For investment, we have so far successfully invested in more than 40 projects from the globe, including EOS, Carbon Network, Omisego, and Ontology, and many others.
Now you talk about being the biggest fund in South Korea. How big is the fund?
Our AUM is about 250 million USD these days.
$250 million. And when did you start the fund? When did you found the fund?
About 1.5 years ago.
So you started a fund a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
which is today valued at $250 million.
Correct.
When you started the fund, how much money was in the fund?
It's about 600K USD at that time.
Yes, and was it something that came out of Hashed?
We accelerated Icon project, so we work together. So we get them funds from the globe, and we introduce them to the influencers in the world.
In your fund today, what are the top projects in terms of holding?
These days, Ontology and EOS are the two biggest ones.
Your investment thesis for 2018, or the projects that you're looking for in 2018, what kind of projects are you looking at?
High performance blockchain protocol, and also a very infra level project. And also the other type is the reverse ICO from the big companies.
So protocol levels, high performance blockchain levels, and reverse ICOs.
Yeah.
Now, for our viewers that don't know what a reverse ICO is, a reverse ICO is when there's an existing company which actually creates an ICO, and the term is a reverse ICO.
Correct.
Let's talk about high performance blockchains. So we know that EOS promises to be a high performance blockchain. We know that Cardano promises to be a high performance blockchain. Are there any other ones that you've invested in, or that you are investing in, that you believe are high performance blockchains, early stage high performance blockchains?
ontology, ELF, Quark chain,
Quark chain,
yeah,
Yes.
and also icon.
and also icon.
Icon, yeah, which was one of our acceleration projects. Yes.
Are there any specific projects that you're looking at today in 2018 and going, these are going to be the winners in 2018?
Yeah, sure.
So Sentinel protocol,
Sentinel protocol.
yeah.
What about Sentinel protocol excites you?
You know, blockchain is all about the safety and security, but you know, the outside of the blockchain is not very safe. So Sentinel protocol will help this problem.
Yeah, we've spoken about Sentinel protocol before, and it does seem like it forms an integral layer around the blockchain,
Right.
which makes the blockchain safer for the man in the street to use. Blockchain cannot be mainstream unless more tools like Sentinel protocol are built to make it more
Absolutely.
user-friendly.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to look at you. Your favorite project for 2018?
It is the project. There's a project called Oasis. It's a high-performance blockchain project from the professor from UC Berkeley.
If you were to summarize the crypto scene in Korea, is there anything to be worried about from a government point of view?
So actually, we have been advising our government as well, and I believe our government is moving forward to supporting crypto space.
So the government is becoming more
Yeah,
pro.
definitely.
So, gentlemen, Hashed has got a reputation for incubating and accelerating a whole host of blockchain projects. I think the most famous one is the Icon project, which was accelerated right here at Hashed. Tell me a little bit about the accelerator program.
So we are helping now like 8 projects, and what we do is we basically helping them to like how to write white paper to get funds and how to build community. So like we do everything from A to Z so that they can build their products and services on blockchain successfully.
So the accelerator program, the Hashed accelerator program, is very famous in Korea. People talk about it as being the best accelerator program out here. What's the secret sauce in the Hashed accelerator that makes it so successful?
So actually, most of us have engineering background, so we can understand very well about their base technology, and also we can help the project a lot.
So I'm going to go and take a look at all of the companies in the accelerator. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. It's been a great insight to get to know the inner workings of Hashed and the secret sauce that has made you guys the biggest and most successful fund in Asia. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
Hi, nice to meet you.
how you doing? Nice to
great.
meet you. Tell me a bit about your project.
Sure. Our project is called the Carry Protocol, and it deals with some really interesting, valuable data, which is offline transaction data.
So when you talk about offline transaction data, that sounds like the holy grail. It sounds like all the retail data that people want that doesn't happen online.
That's true. Once we log off of Amazon or Google, like everyone wants to know where we go, what we buy, and how much we buy.
How do you talk to me about the type of merchants that you have and the type of data that you've got?
Sure. I mean, we're drinking coffee right now. Coffee is one of the biggest categories for us, but we also deal with F&B, and we also have a lot of retail shops as well. For example, Nike is one of our customers in Korea, and right now we do loyalty for about 10,000 real merchants and 15 million users in Korea, and we generate a lot of this data, this holy grail data that you just mentioned. We're all about giving the data back to the consumer who makes that data. And then if you choose to open this data, it goes onto our common blockchain where advertisers can target people, like people who just ate lunch.
So I'm starting to
Yeah.
get it. If I own my own data, I can then sell my own data to an advertiser in return for some kind of token.
Yes, so our token is a reward token, and every time you contribute your data to the network, and this network becomes more and more attractive and powerful for advertisers, you share in that upside. You continue to grow like
So I own my own offline data. I can sell my own offline data in return for tokens, and the more the community grows, the more the value of the token.
That's correct.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Nice to have you on the show. What are you working on?
So we're working on Terra, which is a price stable cryptocurrency.
A stablecoin.
Correct.
Do we need another stablecoin?
We've reviewed all the stablecoins that have come out, and we told ourselves that, hey, there's one bucket that's vulnerable to speculation and another bucket that's vulnerable to regulation, and we wanted a decentralized coin that's free from both of those.
What do you mean?
So if you look at a stablecoin like Tether, it's backed by real-world assets. So there's $1 that's backing every Tether that's issued, but that's quite a centralized way to solve this problem.
Because you don't know where the tether are and whether it gets audited, etc.
Correct. It's not on the blockchain. It's not transparent. The bank could get seized. There's custodian risk because there's a team that's managing hundreds of billions of dollars potentially down the road. And we feel like there had to be a more decentralized solution to this.
Okay. What about the speculation side of it?
Our theory is that the stability reserve needs to back completely the size of the economy that's in circulation.
If I look at the relationship between Terra and Luna, it's almost like you've replaced Visa with Luna and dollars with Terra, right?
That's absolutely correct, yes.
So the Terra becomes the dollar. Every time a transaction happens, a transaction fee goes to Visa.
Yes.
But in this case, Visa becomes the community coin.
Right.
And so the more spend that happens in Terra, the more the value of Luna. It's like consumers who spend in this ecosystem actually own a piece of Visa.
That's very, very correct. Absolutely correct.
That's absolutely genius.
So we're actually offering something called stability as a service. So not only do you have to use Terra, but we're going to offer stability to utility projects that are in the ecosystem. So we feel like, a lot of utility projects like Steam, Filecoin, they can all benefit from a stability in the ecosystem. And it's very tough for them to create the stability internally. And so if we can back them with our stability funds, and if they can pay a small transaction fee, we think it's going to be a win-win for everyone involved.
I think I just got it. So you can apply this to any type of token.
Correct.
If any
Yes.
time a token is transacted, a percentage of the transaction fee goes into a Luna,
Yes,
then you can create a stable coin out of any token.
correct. Yes, and all the coins that are in the ecosystem are helping each other in the stability.
That's going to be the smartest concept I've heard of in 2018. Wow.
2018 just got started.
You should be really proud of what you guys are doing.
Thank you very much.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, John?
Tell us a bit about your project.
Okay, well, it's called Contents Protocol. It's a personalized recommendation engine for contents. And basically, we gather user data preference and we recommend movies and TV series and comics and books that our users are most likely to consume. It's the recommendation engine accuracy is 26% higher than Netflix.
So let me try and understand this. So what you're doing is you've got this engine,
Right.
which is powered by artificial intelligence, which recommends content to users.
Exactly.
And what you're saying is that your engine is much more accurate than any other engine because more people are watching more content due to your recommendation engine.
Exactly. That's exactly what next step 2 years ago we took the engine and we applied it to a platform, a subscription VOD service called Watch Up Play, which is now the leading competitor to Netflix in Korea.
How many subscribers has Watch Up Play got?
We got over 200,000 subscribers right now. Over 70% of the content that our users actually consume actually come from the contents that we recommend. And only 21% comes from direct search. One number says it all actually, 18 hours plus, which is the amount of time that a user spends watching contents on our platform every month.
And how does the blockchain solve this problem? Because I'm assuming that what you're going
Right.
to do is you're going to say that the token is used to incentivize the content manufacturer directly.
Basically what we're trying to do, the main thing that the blockchain allows us to do is to minimize that platform fee, which used to range anywhere from 30 to 70% back down to 10%, and redistribute that to the content providers, and also compensate a new participant. Well, they've been a participant, but they've never been rewarded or compensated before, the users, who really provide free marketing for the contents.
So you're incentivized to tell people about the content.
That's exactly the point. Yeah.
And the more people that view the same content that you view,
Right.
the more rebates you get for incentivizing the view.
Exactly. They should be rewarded for leaving a rating, a review, and also sharing it on their social media.
So I
Thank
wish
so
you
much.
all the best on this journey.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're actually in the midst of your ICO as we speak.
That's right.
So tell us about the protocol.
Okay, so we are working on something called TTC protocol. It's an easy to integrate protocol that enables communities to incentivize their users and grow together as one union.
Let's talk practically.
Right. So basically, the idea came from why is that all the social network today or the communities on the digital and online media side is earning all the profits while all the content is being created by users and all the time is being spent by users to create that value. So what we are trying to build here is that just by contributing to the community, by maybe content creation or doing simply clicking like to the contents or leaving a comment or reporting the bad content.
Being part of the ecosystem.
Exactly. And by providing the value to the community, that the part of the value that created by your time, your user's time, should go back to the user. So that's incentivize the user.
But not to be critical, but if we look at a system like Steam or Steemit,
Right.
isn't that exactly what they're doing, giving the money back to the community?
That is a very good question. What we know as people who's experienced in the mobile application world is that it's really, really difficult to grow a community. So what we're trying to do is that we are building this protocol so that existing communities can easily jump into blockchain technology, blockchain community without hassle of doing their own token economy, token integrations.
So if I get it, there's
Right.
a protocol level for
Right.
all social communities to plug into. So existing social communities and new social communities.
Right. Any type of community, actually.
Well, it's actually an aggregator of all communities.
A simple idea: incentivize your users, grow your community, right, and then connect all the community to have a bigger union of all the communities to grow together.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. Hawan, you run a very exciting existing business, which you're now going into ICO. We call that the reverse ICO process.
Sure.
Existing business as an ICO. Let's talk about your existing business first. What is your existing business?
Sure. It's called Huiso. It's mainly selling Korean beauty to China. We started this business back in 2014. And what we are doing at this stage is we have around 1,800 sales reps in China. They are Chinese people, and they sell Korean beauty products to Chinese customers.
So you've got a business with sales reps. The business sells cosmetics to China from Korea. You do this very successfully because you have good data and use the data to mine the product.
Correct.
What do you need the blockchain for?
While doing this process sales business, we thought that, data can be used not only in the sales place. We can use this data when we make products. Also, we can use this data for advertisement platform. Also, we can also make much more efficient marketplace if we use these data. So that's why we came up with this blockchain idea, and this is how the Cosmo Chain project started.
So Cosmo Chain is actually a chain where the user can upload a whole lot of their data regarding cosmetics onto the chain, and that data will be then bought by the brands.
Correct.
And by the advertisers.
Sure.
And they use this information. As they use this information, they reward the user with some kind of token, which is your token.
Yes.
So now you're in the middle of your token sale at the moment.
Yes.
How much money are you raising?
50,000 hard cap that we are targeting for, and 35,000 from institutional investors, and 15,000 from publics. We only have around 5,000 to 7,000 left at this stage.
Thank you very much, and good luck with your project.
Thanks so much.
That's all we have time for from Hash. Stay tuned for more stuff from Korea after the break.
Crypto Trader is proudly brought to you by Element, a full-service investment bank for the digital token capital markets.
No trip to Korea would be complete without meeting the darling child of Korea. And by that, of course, I mean the Icon token. Icon must be the most prominent token to have come out of Korea. And with me, I have Hun, who's one of the co-founders of Icon. Hun, thank you very much. Thank you for coming on to Crypto Trader. I know it's a holiday here in Korea today, but you've agreed to join us, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for visiting us.
So Hun, when you started Icon, why did you start Icon? What were you thinking?
Yeah, we started the Icon project in 2017, early 2017. We make our blockchain engine, and we do a lot of businesses in the enterprise area, like financial institutions and universities and hospitals and the insurance companies. So we start this project independently, but our clients want to link to another blockchain companies or another blockchain consortium to better to make better their own businesses, their own business blockchain communities.
So you have your clients, and your clients
Yeah.
are all built on different blockchains.
Yeah,
and
right.
what they were asking you was, how can we link, or how can we
Yeah, right.
join the blockchains together?
Yeah, right.
And is that what started off Icon?
Yeah, right.
So what is Icon?
On one side, we focus on the blockchain platform for the decentralized application, and the other side is we want to interlink interoperability in the blockchain to blockchain.
Now, when you talk about interoperability, that sounds very similar to something that OneChain is doing, or Aeon is doing it. Is it the same type of principle?
Actually, OneChain and Aeon and us make a alliance, Blockchain Interoperability Alliance, the BIA. We are talking about how to make a de facto standard in the blockchain interoperability
So the Interoperability Alliance, as I currently understand it, is yourselves, Icon, Aeon, and OneChain, and you've formed the Interoperability Alliance.
Yes, right.
And you've done this to create a standard, or a set standard for interoperability.
Yeah, right.
Why is interoperability so important?
Every communities or every ecosystem is start their own blockchain communities, or
so you've got existing blockchains. Every project is building it on its own blockchain, and developing its own communities.
Yeah, own communities. Yeah. Right.
So why do you want to connect them?
In the end, they want to interlink to other blockchain communities or other services or other companies to make better their own blockchain communities or their own companies. So the inter-blockchain technology is really, really key.
It's the bridge between
between the blockchain communities.
Now let's talk about Icon, the fundamentals of Icon.
Yeah.
Is Icon a fast blockchain? Can Icon transact at high speeds?
For now, we support about over 1,000 transactions per second for our own blockchain platform.
Are there any exciting projects that you can talk about that are being built on the Icon platform today?
Yeah, Blue Whale is the exciting project and on top of the Icon. Blue Whale is focused on the gig economy through the blockchain technology.
Okay, so Blue Whale is actually the first ICO that's happening off the Icon platform.
Yes, right.
I think we should go and take a look at the Blue Whale ICO. So we're here with the founder of Blue Whale, Will Lee, and he's launched the first ICO on the Icon network. Now, what does Blue Whale actually do?
So basically what we do is we are making a decentralized ecosystem for freelancers and contractors and self-employed in order to solve the three main problems in gig and sharing economy industry. So basically there are three main problems. One is high commissions, and second one is excessive advertising costs. The last one is there is no implement benefit for freelancers and contractors.
So you're talking about three real problems that freelancers and contractors have. You're talking about agencies that sit in the middle and take very high commissions. You're talking about a very high advertising cost. And you're talking about the fact that if you are a freelancer, you have got no benefits.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How does Blue Whale solve this?
So basically what we do is, basically we can decrease our commission down to almost zero because we can use through the blockchain technology. So what we can do is we can build a Blue Whale network, can work with many different shared economy and gig economy platforms. So basically we can decentralize their platform as well, and then we can share the user base by providing free advertising solutions. So we decrease the commission from basically 30% to almost 0%.
So no more commission.
No commission. Yeah.
No more advertising.
Yeah, no advertising.
Talk to me, how about the benefits, employment benefits? How do you achieve employment benefits using a token economy?
We think that we can provide employment benefits such as pensions and also PTO, the paid time off. Like it's simply like if you get the tokens later, then we can give maybe premium like 1 or 2 years later. And also, if they want to use right away, they can use it as PTO, paid time off.
When does your token sale close?
We will close. We actually close our private and also pre-sales. We already successfully raised $21 million so far, and then we are going to start a public sale 23rd of May. But because we already have a lot of potential contributors, so we think that we can close quick maybe right after we open.
Look, it sounds very interesting. We know it's the first ICO on the Icon network. We wish you the best of luck, and we're going to keep watching how you do. I've just had the most amazing experience. I've walked into a co-working, co-living space where people come to learn about the blockchain. Guys, how does this model actually work?
So we started a YouTube channel and started teaching people about matters regarding blockchain and what Bitcoin is, and then people kind of started wanting to live with us and study blockchain full time. So me and Sion, the co-founder of this whole place, just called Nonce, we kind of decided to rent out a whole apartment and then invite people invite whoever is interested in blockchain and want to study it.
How would you define the state of blockchain in Korea? Is it mainstream? Is it thriving? Tell me about what it's like when you're out on the streets.
In terms of speculation and people buying and selling, I will definitely see as mainstream. So there's recent statistics that say that people who are in the working class, working between ages of 20 and 30 to 40, about more than 60% of people are trading. When I'm in a coffee shop out here in the center of Seoul, I can always hear someone who's 40, 50, 60-year-old who's next to me, and they're always talking about the price of cryptocurrency, either going up or down.
And adding to that, the friends of my mom and my mom ask kind of me to what coins to buy and stuff.
So everybody's trading cryptocurrency here?
Basically, yes.
What's the state of development of blockchain projects?
I think a lot of the startups and big companies here are preparing a reverse ICO. Reverse ICO is really hot right now in Korea.
And you define reverse ICO as a company that has an existing business that is going to do an ICO.
Yeah, basically.
그렇게 되고 그다음에 제가 이제 미스터 블록체인 맨 처음에서 좀 취지가 뭐였냐면은
Are you guys as Koreans proud of the Icon project? Do you think it's a world-class project?
The Icon, Terra, Metadium, there's a slew of projects, right, that people are well familiar with, or they will be familiar with in a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so we know that Bitcoin has the whole crypto anarcho community, along with the libertarian community, and then the very hard cryptographers who form the base of the community. We know Ethereum has the younger developers, like what Young was saying, the web developers or different programmers who come from that area, and they form a very strong base. But unfortunately, projects from Korea they haven't yet made a dent in attracting developers who might be outside of Korea. So I think even in terms of communication, that's not necessarily their strong suit.
So you have very strong views about Korean projects. Let's talk about other projects outside of Korea. Which projects are you bullish on?
I think we're very bullish on Ethereum because of what Xian just said, because it has strong community, and just a lot of the Bitcoin kind of derivatives are doing, Bitcoin private, Bitcoin
Anonymous, Bitcoin private,
right.
Bitcoin gold, Bitcoin diamond.
Yeah, so I think more is we're seeing it's more about community than technology per se. And I also want to say buy some tokens of the project that is very good at community building.
Yeah.
One of the good examples is Loop Network.
Yeah. Technology, just to make this clear, being good at technology, that's a necessary condition. But community is what makes it pop.
So technology is an entry ticket.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's the entry ticket to the game.
Mm-hmm.
But being able to build a community is what makes a token successful.
Yeah, and we could list off so many examples of this. You have Lisk they're trying to bootstrap the JavaScript community, right? So look at how these people are all bootstrapping communities onto their existing technology.
이런 것들 자체가 이게 기존에 내가 하지 못했던 어플리케이션들을 내가 만들 수 있다는 것 자체가.
I'm going to put you on the spot here and ask you guys for one or two more tokens each that you guys are bullish on and the reason.
I really do like something called the Republic Protocol. Republic Protocol is doing the sort of make a decentralized dark pool where people can just do the block deal without knowing actually the underlying transaction. So I think it's just much needed solution right now.
So Republic Protocol, yes. I'm looking at you.
You know, if there's a token that's not gonna go down anytime soon, it's probably all the exchange tokens. And this is a cheap way out, but like Binance is not gonna go down anytime soon.
KuCoin, Binance.
Yeah, but you have to also look at the size of the exchange itself.
The general market sentiment in Korea today, what's it like?
So Korea doesn't really have an American dream. People don't really dream too much. So there's a lot of people who want to get rich and who don't really see a future in any other traditional assets. So what they're doing is they're pumping their money into cryptocurrency in order that they might have a chance at getting a better future and becoming rich. The Korean dream is the cryptocurrency dream.
So that's the Korean equivalent of the American dream.
Right now, that's exactly how it seems like.
If you want to get an idea of the investment sentiment in the region, the best way to do it is to speak to the guys that are investing, the fund managers. And so in that vein, I've got one of the fund managers who manages a fund in Singapore and Korea to give us an idea of what he's looking at. Zhang, thank you for joining us.
Pleasure there.
So good to see you. You've been operating a fund. How long have you been operating a fund for?
We started XSQ in Singapore about 2 years ago. We started off as miners.
And how big is your fund today?
Today we are not too big. We have made about $10 million.
And looking at this region, investing in this region, what are you seeing coming out of Korea?
So in Korea, it's interesting. Korea has one of Asia's highest percentage for commercializations of technology, and that's why X Square is supported by the local government here. We do see still a lot of blockchain infrastructure projects. We see a lot of people like Phantom. We see a lot of people like Blockchain. We see a few of these, faster and better blockchains that are coming up.
And that's coming out of Korea. What about Singapore? Is Singapore a hub? Is there activity in Singapore?
Singapore is definitely activity for blockchain and for cryptocurrencies because our government has been pretty transparent, has been pretty open to welcome the talents of the world. In Singapore, we are looking at 108 token. It is an index token that tracks the top 15 cryptocurrencies for people who want simplicity in basically getting an exposure in what we call crypto assets today.
Let's talk about some of the projects that you're looking at the moment, which you find exciting.
So there's one project that comes out of Singapore. They just got their license for a crypto to fiat exchange. It's called Sparrow Exchange, as in Sparrow the bird.
Cool. So Sparrow sounds like a great one. What are your other ones that you're looking at today?
So the other one that that's part of our strategy for market mechanism investing is 108 token. 108 token is a crypto index fund that basically tracks the top 15 cryptocurrencies.
So we've got Sparrow, we've got 108. Any other projects that you're looking at? Just projects that you're seeing in the region.
So the project we're seeing in terms of infrastructure protocol, of course, blockchain. They're basically blockchain infrastructure that's basically better, faster. They could be taking over Ethereum hopefully in the next 1.5 years.
Well, QuarkChain is offering, they're talking about 100,000 transactions per second or 10,000 transactions per second on a testnet. They're talking about being secure, decentralized, and very fast.
Yeah.
What other projects?
There is actually a project called Oasis. It's incubated by the folks from UC Berkeley. Again, it's blockchain infrastructure. They can do smart contracts. They can do exactly everything that Ethereum can do, only better. So maybe the blockchain's adoption will take, 1.5 years or 18 months in that sense.
Blockchain adoption has been the fastest adoption in history and definitely will be the fastest adoption in history. The Korean government, are they friendly to cryptocurrency? What's the official stance?
We have heard of news like that the next administration is going to be very pro-blockchain, pro-crypto in that sense. So we're waiting for the potential to manifest itself.
It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you, Ray.
I look forward to catching up with you again soon.
Thank you very much.
If we listen to the advice that we've been getting from all the fund managers and the serious investors, what they're talking about is investing in the protocol layer of the blockchain or the base layer of the blockchain. But there's several protocol layers, and these protocol layers power the applications that will then work on top of them. So for example, if you think of Civic is an identity app or an app that verifies identity. It needs a protocol layer which is specific to identity. And in that case, we've met a company in Korea called Metadium. And Metadium are a protocol for the identity layer. Explain to us how it works, Richard.
Okay, Methodium blockchain was regarded as trustless. However, due to regulation, we need trust on blockchain. The powered by blockchain, Methodium is an identity protocol, a layer of the internet, providing trustless trust in digital world. Okay, meeting 합시다.
So it's trustless trust. Now, that's quite a good term, because if you think about it, the blockchain means that everyone is anonymous, but we need to trust each other. How do you achieve trustless trust?
Okay, like society, offline, online world need to have many the identity solution. For user can use Methodium easily. They don't have to care about the two-factor authentication solution, and user can reduce their effort to manage private key. User don't need to over-provide the information anymore. So users have the right to manage their own private information.
If I understand correctly, what you're saying is that Methodium is actually the store of a user's identity. So in other words, if I'm drinking at a bar, for example, I need to prove to them that I'm over 21 years old. I don't need to tell them anything else about my name or my address. And so what you're saying is that Methodium is the layer which stores a user's identity, but then only gives the request of information just the right amount of information that they need to maintain security.
Yes, that's correct. So through Methodium, you can sell only the necessary information you need to provide.
Which is verified, of course, by the blockchain.
Yes.
Now, you guys did a token sale recently. Tell us about your token sale. I heard that it sold out very quickly.
Within 2 days, the 35 million commit finished.
Richard, if I understand correctly, Methodium is the protocol level for the identification verification. And the actual banks or users won't plug directly into Methodium, but we can expect a lot of dApps or a lot of identity verification apps to be built on top of your platform. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, we provide the protocol and API and SDK to make the dApp on our platform.
Great. And when is the token generation event?
We are targeting testnet. Will be open in third quarter of this year 2018, and beta service we're targeting to provide end of this year.
That's www.methodium.com. I've got a feeling that when this one hits exchanges, it's going to go to the moon. Asia is all about culture, and a big part of the culture is around food, so we stopped to get a little bit of a bite. But this time it's not Korean food, we've actually opted for Japanese food. Speaking of culture, let's talk about the trading culture here in Korea. It seems like Korean culture is about trading. They like the ups and they like the downs, and everywhere we go, sitting at restaurants, people are talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So more color around that. When you think about just how Koreans make money, just after going to the best universities in Korea, they strive to work for the best companies here, obviously. Those will be like the LG Electronics, they'll be like the Samsungs. But when you look at the pay they offer for a year when you first graduate college, it's as low as $25,000. And even if you worked there for a few years, it's still going to be the same. So really, when you think about how to make money beyond just like working these full-time jobs, working 12 hours a day, there really isn't as much. Before, it was about traditional equity, investing into stocks and bonds. And so people are flocking to Bitcoin now because the returns are tremendous, obviously, right? And so,
is crypto a young thing, or are the older people getting into crypto too? It seems to me that everyone's in crypto.
Oh yeah, that's one of the amazing things about crypto. When you go to conferences, and I've been to many here in Korea, massive conferences, you see people as young as high school students to people as old as senior citizens. And for the younger people, probably about 20-25% are invested in crypto, or at least know something about it. Whereas like people that are 50, 60 years old, I'd say about 10-11% are invested in and know about crypto.
So do you think that Korea has the biggest cryptocurrency trading penetration percentage in the world?
Yes, I definitely think so.
And the number of exchanges, does Korea have enough exchanges to handle all of this?
Without question.
I think we need to go and take a closer look at some of the exchanges here in Korea.
Yeah, you got it. I'll definitely take you guys on a tour. We'll see one of those exchanges.
Great, let's go.
Awesome. Perfect.
Crypto exchange exchanges are a big business, and no trip to Korea would be complete without a visit to a crypto exchange. We tried to get hold of the exchanges, and one of the exchanges agreed to see us, and that was Corbett, which is the oldest exchange in Korea. Michelle, some insight as to the trading market in Korea. How big is the trading market in Korea?
So in terms of trading markets, last month it was around $80 billion, which is, so the total trading volume worth was 500 billion. So
Korea is a very important market for cryptocurrency trading then.
I guess so, yes.
When you look at your traders, your average trader, are they trading multiple times a day or a week? Or are they the type of traders that buy and hold?
I guess it's half and half, but like many of the traders who trade a lot, they trade really often, so often, like several times a day, or like sometimes like 10 times a day.
Some 10 trades a day.
Yes.
And in terms of regulation in Korea, we hear reports in the Western world of ICO bans. We hear that the government blows hot and blows cold. One day crypto is good, one day crypto is bad. How do you find working with the regulators in Korea?
It's really hard to regulate, I think. And like there is a blockchain association which is working with the government and regulators so that they can make a write laws. In June, there's another election coming.
But all indications say that the change of government will look favorably on cryptocurrency. And if we look in the streets, people are talking about cryptocurrency. There's a big uptake. Do you think that after June we're going to be more positive towards cryptocurrency?
That's what every people are hoping. Like every cryptocurrency people are hoping, but we're not sure actually because government can always be more conservative about money thing. So we're not sure. So banks are being careful, I think.
Do you think that a government that is against cryptocurrency is taking a big chance that they may lose the election? Is cryptocurrency that powerful in Korea?
I guess so, because some of the young people think it's only hope for them to earn a lot of money. So they're young people's voting is really important, right? So government is, I think, being a little bit careful about young people's election.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So we've seen Sol by day and the crypto scene is humming. Everyone's talking about crypto. People are buying crypto. People are getting involved in ICOs. But it doesn't end in the day. And now we're going to go and see Sol by night. What is this place?
This is a venue for exclusive events.
Awesome. And what are we going to do here tonight?
Tonight, it's called Foam Masternode, and basically it's a highly exclusive and highly curated event for people within crypto.
Let's go.
Definitely, let's do it. So welcome. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. All they serve is Johnny Walker Blue Label, and we'll cheers. Thank you for coming. Yeah, awesome. You got it. Cheers, guys. So what we've got here basically great ICOs, a lot of great investors, exchanges, the media, and over here we have one of the co-founders of Phantom.
So that takes me to Phantom. We get a lot of requests on our show to feature ICOs, and Phantom is one of the names that keeps coming up. What is Phantom? What are you guys planning to achieve?
Phantom is the next generation of blockchain technology.
What brings you to Korea?
I'm here in Korea for FOMO Masternode. Really excited to be here, the inaugural event for FOMO.
What are your impressions of the crypto scene in Korea?
It's so fast-paced and so vibrant.
What are the chances of bumping into a Korean Jew in Korea?
It's a dream come true, being that I've never been to my homeland. And this is all possible because of Bitcoin and crypto.
And what are your favorite alts?
My favorite alts would be Icon, and now they're starting to have some really, really hype ICOs coming out. It's like Bizant is crazy hype right now. I'm trying to find a way to get into it. Blue Whale, Sentinel Protocol.
You've doubled your money on OneChain.
Oh yes, I absolutely did.
Every time we have you on our show and you talk about projects, they fly. What's the next icon?
That's hard to say. I mean, people say the next icon is Phantom.
The architecture that we're using, which is DAG, there's no blocks involved, so it's really not a blockchain.
When you talk about a DAG, what's a DAG or DAG?
Yeah, a DAG stands for Directed Acyclic Graph, And basically what it is, when we have a blockchain, the reason it's called a blockchain is everybody knows it's because you're having blocks and you're linking them horizontally one at a time. Well, in a DAG architecture, there is no blocks. You're not going horizontal. You're actually going asynchronous. So your entire network is all moving in one direction. So that means the inherent bottleneck and scalability issues that we have in blockchain does not exist in a DAG architecture.
Because the scalability problems we're having with blockchain is full blocks,
Yes.
which are linear in nature.
That's right.
What does this blockchain promise?
We are aiming for 300,000 transactions per second.
300,000 transactions per second.
That's right.
How are you confident that you're going to achieve this?
A lot of this is based on the mathematics behind it, right? How do you attain 300,000 transactions per second? So based on our algorithm that we're developing right now and our researchers, the math that we've calculated based on a full network, about 100 nodes in operation, we came out with a number of 300,000 per second based on 100 nodes and 100 kilobytes per node, or per transaction block. And based on that, we can kind of calculate exactly how much we can do.
How much money are you raising?
Our hard cap for our ICO is 39.8 million.
Have you started raising?
We have. Somehow people have found out about Phantom and we've grown organically. We have completed our seed round and we're currently in our private pre-sale round.
Trading is happening in Korea. And another thing that's happening is that there are a lot of great projects which are coming out of Korea. If you want to hear more, that's phantom.foundation. So one of the big issues with leaving your tokens on an exchange is that if the exchange gets hacked, your tokens are gone. But that's about to change, because I found an exchange that actually insures your tokens while they're in the wallet on the exchange.
Basically what happens is whenever you have a transaction fee, few basis points, there's a few basis points which is equivalent to the insurance premium. Launching to the public from 1st of July.
So if you're interested in buying tokens in an exchange which is insured, you can go to cgcx.io. So what are your impressions of Korea? Are you feeling this crypto energy here?
Yeah, good. There's like a couple of places in the world that I've been where you immediately get the sense that the nation knows what it's about.
Maybe give us a little bit of background as to who you guys are and what you do.
Yeah, cool. So our token Sends, like you said, it's doing pretty well. We're on a kind of marathon, not a sprint here. We're trying to change the world, and our purpose is to create an app store of decentralized applications that can help each other grow.
And how many apps are actually live today?
Yeah, so we've got in the ecosystem now around 30 dApps that are working inside of it. And the underlying blockchain is actually written in Python, so most of the developers in the world can pick that up pretty quickly and start working on it. We hope by then this year to have around 100 dApps working inside of the ecosystem.
If I were to ask you to categorize or tell me about the crypto scene in Korea, how would you categorize it?
Korea is crazy about crypto.
We're on the way to the airport after a whirlwind tour of crypto Korea. I'm sure you'll agree after seeing what we've seen in the last couple of days that the Asian crypto scene cannot be ignored, and that in the West we don't get good coverage as to the extent of the magnitude of the scene. Being a truly global crypto show, we're going to set up an office to bring you coverage from the East. Stories from Korea, Japan, Singapore, and the entire region. But for now, we've got to catch a plane back to the West, to New York City for Crypto Week. We'll be bringing you live coverage all week long. Until then, trade well, my friends.
Crypto Trader is proudly brought to you by Element, a full-service investment bank for the digital token capital markets.